Welcome back to the Better Build World. This is episode 10. We finally hit double digits. So, last episode we did this entranceway where I forgot the time lapses. I don't want to talk about that. But we're back here because I've had an idea. And I keep going to F5 to talk. I should just be in this for a bit. So, recently, I started listening a lot to the Guilty Gear Strive OST. And I started thinking, adding like one of the stages from that game into this world would be amazing. So, what we're gonna do is I have some grass and we're gonna flatten out this area, and then I'll tell you after we do that, I'll show the stage I want to build. Part of the stage, it's not the full stage, it's part of it. You'll see. We have this, we have that. Apparently why is he there? Why is he in the water? But we're just gonna have this and we're gonna fill it in, and then once we get like underwater lamps and such, we will change it out for those. But as for this right now, it's not gonna be anything too crazy. And you know what, this is gonna be a minute. I would do a time lapse, but our line of sight is currently being blocked, so we're just gonna cut to whenever I have this entire lake covered. Right about alrighty, we have a clearing, we have a flat land under this which needs to be lit up, so I'm just gonna do that now. But now that we have this, we are going to make I don't know how to describe it, so instead I'm gonna just switch over to Chrome real quick, or Opera. I'm gonna switch over to my web browser real quick to show you what I'm talking about, or what I want to build in this. So here, as you can see, this is one of the stages from Guilty Gear Strive. What I want to do is kind of have this little walkway thing, like almost a enchanted forest on the sides. I want it to feel like when you're walking down or walking up to this, it's almost like you're walking through an enchanted little forest. And how I'm gonna build that, I have no clue. So let's figure it out. First, we need to think of what we need to do for the terrain. Now, if I go back to the reference image real quick, we shouldn't include this. We shouldn't include the stairway. So I'm thinking just a normal path, because we already have the stairway leading up to the mega base. So I'm thinking a normal path with like guardrails and such, kind of winding through a forest that has like statues. Maybe not these deer statues, because my god, that is a lot of detail. Little mini statues. So let's just start by clearing out the terrain. I'm gonna just do a completely flat terrain to start out with, and then we'll go from there. And you know what, again, this is gonna be a minute, so since I forgot to do them last episode, let's just hop into a time lapse. Okay, I know that time lapse was short because I had an idea. I started thinking, you know, I still want to include something with the stairway, because honestly, it's very boring. It just goes up very slowly into the base. So I started thinking, you know, what can I include? What if I include like statues at the entrance? Maybe here or here, and then have it be like a guardrail going up, which, you know, I really like the idea of that. So let's go get our stone. Since we have like this theme of a stone base, what if we have like here a little stone pedestal for this to sit? Maybe not here, because I don't want it to like, I think maybe having this flush with the stairway might look better. So like here, then have this going up a few blocks, and maybe make it bigger, because you know it's going to be a big statue, so we're going to need a big base for it. which also means we're gonna have to terraform this out again. But we'll get that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, which may be very soon. We're gonna line this base with stone stairs too to like kind of mesh it together. Although here I think that would work better. Well, no, that just looks out of place now. What if I just have it end abruptly then? Yeah, okay, I think that's how we're gonna do it. All right, this now, let me make it one block bigger actually. Okay, so now that we have this, we're not going to duplicate it on the other side just yet because I want to figure out what I want to do first. We have the center block here. I'm thinking just mini statues. I don't know what the statues are going to be of yet. Maybe they could be of like elves. We're going to just outline this idea in stone for right now. No, yeah, here, make the legs go up, connect there. Give it 3x3 torso. So kind of like this. Although thicker, it's not going to be one-dimensional, but something like that. Maybe make it a bit longer, like deeper. But I think that will look good for at least a human, because my plan is, what if I just have these as elves? Like, why don't these just be elves? Because this is an elven, I'm trying to go for elven build. Why not have these as elves? So I think that's what we're going to do. So yeah, it's a 7x7 platform. Now that I know what I'm doing, we can make this other side. Let me run back here. Now we have the two Mario Bros chilling out front of our castle. I don't know how I like, but we're gonna roll with it. As for the path, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do about the path just yet. I don't know. The path is kind of weird because I don't know what I want to do with it, because I feel like we should get a I want to get the forest in place first, but if I get the forest in place first, then we won't have enough room for the path. So yeah, it's a weird dilemma. So I think we do the path first. And now the path is going to be very easy. I don't think we're going to change much of the terrain, if at all. Like, I think we're going to just have the path. We're not... yeah, I don't want to do this out of path blocks. So we're going to fly over here. No, we're going to fly over here. I lied. We're going to fly over here. We're going to put this in here. And we are going to get some coarse dirt. Right, I have a lot of dirt. I do not have a lot of gravel. Let me fly down here to one of my mining areas, one of my strip mines, so I can fly down there, grab gravel, and then come back up. How many do I have? A couple, almost 4 stacks. Should be perfect. I don't think coarse dirt is a 1-to-1. I think it's like a 4-to-1. So let's fly back and make the coarse dirt. The thing about coarse dirt, it is a very good path block. Like a very good block for if you want to make path. Let me re-expose this apparently. Add in the coarse dirt. Although I don't know what blocks we're going to use for the path. I don't know what blocks specifically we're going to use for the path. So let's hop into a creative world real quick. We are here in the test world, so let's plan it out. So we have coarse dirt. What other blocks would look good? Possibly this kind of acacia wood. Maybe stone type. Tough? Possibly. Gravel, that should be a given. Yeah. That as our block palette. I don't know. It is very gray. And the only difference is that. So what kind of dirt colored block? Like normal dirt would work. I'm just worried about that growing grass. So what kind of brownish block would be good? Mud. Mud would look fantastic. And mud has a bunch of variations too. This might just be our palette along with gravel. Maybe like, yeah, I think this is the block palette. Mud's gonna be a pain. Yeah, that's our block palette. All right, so now that we have that, I'm gonna set up a chest for those blocks. It was dirt, coarse dirt, mud, packed mud, and gravel. So yeah, a mud farm's pretty easy, but I need to material gather a lot for it. I could do that in this episode. It's gonna be whenever I sit down and record one of these next that I material gather. So for right now, we have blocks picked out, and that's about it. Not a lot. Alrighty. It is currently the next day after I recorded that last clip, but we have the materials to build a mud farm. And let's jump into a time lapse of that because I'm going to be following a tutorial. I'm cutting in here to say that this farm was a royal pain to build. Like, it's a design from Il Mango, so it's pretty good, but it was just so hard to follow. Like, you see me standing around a lot. That's because I'm like watching the tutorial back and like making sure everything's going the right way, because there's no like, he doesn't go step by step on like bottom up. It's do this, and then fall back down to the bottom, and then go all the way back up to the top. Oh, I forgot hopper. Oh, I forgot to place glass here. It like Il Mango's amazing. Don't get me wrong. It's just like the tutorial. It could use a bit of work. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, the farm's built in this next clip, so let's just get to that. All right, and that's it for the farm. I mean, it looks pretty simple. It's gonna be very hard to mess it up. But basically, let me put away all this extra stuff. Or how it looks like it works is, all I do is I just sit here. I can't have an efficiency shovel for this, so I need to use this shovel, and it's just like that. And now we're getting mud. So I'm gonna do this for a minute. Yeah, I'll be back whenever I'm done with this. And I seem to have broken the farm. Well, that was fun while it lasted. On the bright side, we have a bunch of mud now. I'm gonna fix this real quick. There's nothing too bad, luckily. All right. Luckily, it was an easy fix. We have a bunch of mud now, and we can start working on the path. I did not need this entire shulker of glass bottles, apparently, because I think it reuses. Hold on, let me make sure. Does it reuse glass bottles? Yeah, it does. Oh, that's fun. I didn't need 880 more glass bottles. Alrighty, well, you know what? If we ever need glass bottles in the future, we have some. Quote unquote, some. And, okay, I've never actually made packed mud before. I think we need wheat for it. I'm not sure though. Let me see. Do I have a lot of wheat in here? I do not have a lot of wheat in here. Where's all my wheat? Let me farm the wheat I have, I guess. I don't know where all my wheat went. But, I mean, this should work for now. Yeah, so here's how you make packed mud. And we can put this over here with all our blocks that we're going to use for the path. Alrighty. So, let's get on with this. Let's just get some blocks together. Gravel's gonna be a pain with all the water underneath. You know what? Hold on. Before I actually start diving into that, let me just make a bottom layer or a second layer to that underside. Okay, now that we have that cleared, or that not cleared, but an area to make the path. The way I'm gonna do this path is pretty easy and something that I can only really do because I have a certain mouse. And we're just gonna start it for now because I do not have a lot of blocks to make this path out of. Since I have a certain type of mouse, I can, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I can do, if you look at my scroll wheel, I can do this. And it lets me do a randomized block palette. I just have to spin it occasionally. And that I honestly really like. I really like how that looks. And that's just a path. Now imagine when the whole thing is coming together. Oh, it's gonna look so nice. Although I don't like how it's just a really abrupt. Like a path is supposed to, you know, look walked on. So people don't walk in straightforward patterns. So I'm thinking just a bit of this around, just like make the edges of it a bit ruined or run down, just to add to that like feeling that, you know, you are walking along a dirt trail like that. I really like how that looks, although we are gonna need to make it not like we're gonna need to make it skinnier eventually. Ooh, and I just realized, since I am using dirt instead of grass, all the dirt blocks here are gonna like be get grass spread onto them, which I think I might like, although if it's not too frequent. But anyway, let me put these blocks back now that I know what I'm doing. Let's dig out a way for it to narrow out, so like that, and then bring this point in 2. Now of course it's not going to be a 1 block narrow thing, so I might widen this part out a bit, like widen that. I think will look nice, and it's just a matter now of mining this entire thing out. Ooh, now that I take a look back, I don't know, that might be too abrupt. What if I extend it out a bit more? Now it looks too uniform. Maybe little jut outs and then juts back in like that. Hold on, let me go over here. Yeah. And then maybe one right over here too. Yeah, I think that looks better. I really wish I did that with a dirt shovel so I can get more mud, or not a dirt shovel, not silk touch shovel, so I can get more mud. Live and learn. Live and learn. I'm sorry, I'm a Sonic fanboy. And I don't know, should I hop into another time lapse? I mean, I did a time lapse for the farm. You know what, sure, let's hop into another time lapse. Okay, well, I've run out of gravel. Yeah, I've run out of gravel, and I don't want to, like, gravel's a pretty big block in this, so I'm not going to continue doing this just right now. So we're going to need to get more gravel, and then this will look way better. I really like how this looks already. Like, this looks pretty amazing already. And it's not even, like, going through a forest. Oh my god, yeah, this looks so good. Oh, I'm so happy with how this is turning out. All right, so I'm gonna be having a material gather, but for now, let's switch, not topics, but let's switch it up real quick and work on something else, because, you know, we've been working on this entranceway a bit more, and we're still gonna work on the entranceway. But we're not in the way you think. We're gonna be doing something with down here. We're gonna be working on this, because this just looks boring. This is so boring. I got to thinking, and there's 2 things we can do with this. One is with moss. We could use moss, and the other block is bamboo. So we're gonna finish off this, and then let's say like here we're gonna have bamboo. Just fill this out with bamboo right now. Oh, you can strip them. Yeah, I do not like that. All right, we're just gonna make that into planks. Did not know you can strip bamboo. So how does that look? And then like here we're gonna have like a little like pillar to break up this consistency. Maybe have this down there. I think that looks good, but let's try it with moss. See if moss gives the same effect, and we'll go with whichever one I like better. I think moss looks better. Oh, I like moss a lot. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with moss along this instead of having it just as stone, like, you know, coming down. Yeah, we're gonna use moss. All right, so let's we're gonna have to set up a moss farm too. That I might do on stream or off camera, because I do not want to do that right now. And as for that, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. It doesn't seem like we did a lot. I don't know. I feel like we did. We have a general idea of what I have a general idea of what I'm trying to go for in this build, and I'm just freestyling it to see if it works. And I'd like to think it is, though I don't know. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments of how you think this build is looking so far. I really like it. I would love feedback, because obviously I don't do this building thing a lot, which is why I'm taking it slow, taking it step by step. And I feel like working on this entrance walkway thing is like really helping bring the whole thing together. I don't know if I want to do the same thing over here yet. I might want to do the same thing here, because this entrance I'm going to be using a lot more than that one, and I'll have to figure it out between episodes or whenever. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And like I said, I'm probably going to be working on stuff on stream and all that, so if you want to see that, then go check out my Twitch. It's linked in the description. It's just yeah, that's that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.